Hey guys, welcome back to Slay the Princess. Shit's about to get wild. We're doing our last run before the end, I think. So sick. Yeah. I think I want Paranoia. Shocker, I know, but he's my boy dog, and also like whatever. Even if I can't get to him, I want him real bad. I'm really happy with the MegaChick we built. I feel no needs to add anything specific, but you know, if I can get him, I want him. And also, I was thinking, my second pick would be skeptical. Either way, we're asking a lot of questions. We're defying the narrative norm. You know, we're just kind of like being doubtful. So that's fine. So I think we're just gonna go through, ask a bunch of questions. I might let some of them play because this is our last episode of the main playthrough, and some context might help. Little things we can rethink. Not that I'll listen to all of them, but some of them, if I'm unsure, I'll probably let it play. But yeah, dudes, we're gonna find out about the narrator. We're gonna find out about the chick we built. Alright, end of the world, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Sure. That I've heard before. How can she end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
That's what I'm
You
gonna
have
do.
a job to do here.
Okay, we're all counting on you. Do you have evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads.
Right. Have you considered that she's doing this because she's
While
locked
I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, nevertheless, let me assure you,
Sure.
before you decide to waste even more of our time by our causality doesn't matter here.
That was always
because the
interesting.
end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Yeah, since the beginning, my theories on him haven't super evolved. Since, like, the only things of note that I've noticed while editing, he says causality doesn't matter. He says his continuity breaks every time, and maybe even breaks between, like dialogue beats as well, within an arc. That's all we know,
Unless, of course, you do.
Sure. Killing's kinda bad, though, eh?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying?
Okay. Can't someone else
Oh,
do?
if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. Like I
Sure.
said, I don't make the rule.
Okay, well, have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I'm also so curious about Cold, but I actually don't want to ruin our MegaChick, so I'm gonna stay the course.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
No, we are not. Not yet. I'm sure that we've made poor choices, but still. I don't think the reward's important. Maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing. I might try that again, because that is what we did last time. Thanks for telling me what to do, it's really funny. Yeah, maybe I'll slay her.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Sure.
But a word of
Web
warning.
of Lies.
If you go in for then
Yeah.
each and every one of us. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Maybe I've only been having Paranoia
You make
locked
your way
because I
up the
haven't
short
found the
path
right
to the cabin.
questions, because I wasn't always
You'll
reading.
find that we're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Like the first time I was reading, but
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
he don't come for Hero, dude. He's also like, I'm actually a little uncomfortable with the idea that we won't learn more about Hero at the end of this. Maybe we will. I don't know. Pretty cabin when it's not all fucked up.
The interior of the cabin is almost the blade is
Yeah.
your
So normal. Last time, for Paranoia, we did take the blade. And if we go without the blade, things get weird, and the narrator is irksome. I think Skeptical would take the blade. I think Paranoid would take the blade, so, yep.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Iconic. Enter the basement. Come on,
The door
little
to the
feller.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her
Great.
voice
Who's there?
She sounds don't let it fool you.
So
It's all-
fucking dangerous, dude. Don't worry. I did say hi last time. So... Have I hit this line with anything other than hi? Whatever.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I don't know about that. I have to think about it. I have to do so much thinking. I haven't decided yet. What did I say the first time? What did I say the first time? Did I say I'm just here to talk? I probably said I haven't decided yet. Because I was real choice paralysis.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I don't... It's too bad there's no video footage of this and I could just find it. I think a skeptical person or a paranoid person, neither will drop the knife.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your
Don't
grip
step
on the
forward.
blade tightening as you steel your
Stop doing that to me,
resolve.
narrator. I need some time to be skeptical.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I
So,
mean, the good news
you
is
should
most
just
of
drop
these
it.
should be...
Best not to risk
positively
finding out what I
barred.
can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Maybe.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
Does this... Can I stalemate? I mean, this is skeptical and paranoid, right? Like, what am I supposed to...
Then I'm not talking to you.
This is familiar, too. I'm just gonna
You
squint.
stare at the princess, squinting.
This is skeptical as hell, come on.
She squints back.
Hell
The
yeah.
two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
This is familiar. Squint.
You squint even
I
harder.
feel like I'm on the right path.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
There you go, hero. After all you've been through, a squinting contest is much needed.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Oh no, well... That must be what happened last time then, too.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Listen, it's all I had, dude.
Thank
Provide me
you.
more chances.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay. Yes, awkward. It's so funny after like learning all that I have about this game to come back and try and be as weird as I was the first time. I feel called out, but it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. That's what I did first, right?
I know. I just said that.
Do you think without knowing why? Do you know why? Did I say I'm not sure what to believe last time? Oh, I'm worried. I'm worried the awkward thing's gonna funnel me somewhere. But I must have handled this before. What would I have said, guys? I've recorded this over the course of like 2 weeks. I mean... This is skeptical. This is skeptical.
Believe me.
Hmm.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend
Okay,
that's going
familiar.
to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to
Sure.
get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Okay. It's hard, guys. I mean, you've seen me do it. Like, you'll think you're going one way, and then you'll do something, and it's like, oh shit, that's not only is that way gone, but now there's this even more interesting thing happening to me. Okay, boy, what's your name? We did last
She
time.
hesitates before answering.
You can address me as...
Note
Sure.
the lack of...
The lack of detail. How long have you been down here?
Again, she...
Sure. Do you know why I'm here? I'm worried that that's gonna lead me somewhere I don't want to go.
Do you?
I mean, oh boy. I probably would have said that.
So, you're not
If I
going
got
to
there at
share?
all.
How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why...
Dang it! Let me be my
Oh,
boy.
you have to be kidding me.
I'm kidding me.
You walk up to the chains binding the print. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to...
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere up doubtful. Whoever locked the print...
Dang it. Is paranoid just locked off to me forever? That's so bummers, because I don't want to do these runs, because they lead to Smitten. Maybe there's a different way.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your... Is someone else...
Okay, yeah, that's the same.
You're shout. You're
I'm
here.
gonna try.
You try that. I'll repeat.
Sure.
Easier for who? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They
The
did.
knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Oh, but I do have the knife, though, huh? Previously, when I've been locked in, I haven't had the knife.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I can't...
Against your better
I've never-
judgment,
Have I
you
done
place
this?
the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Normally she's biting it.
You cut
That's
into
okay.
her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack
Sure.
through. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Huh. This is a little different.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As
Right.
the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Whoa. Also interesting. That's really so wait, the order we did this in. The first one was like the bungled up paranoia. Second one was like this one, but we warned her. So either the 2 fight boy ones that we did would have been Slay the Princess here, or the one we just did would have been. Both of those interesting to me, because the narrator's making us do it, but I guess that's maybe a non-material part of this. I'll warn her then. I'm surprised we're not locked off from all of these.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Also, her vibes are different. I wonder if the choice to bring the knife or not, like, begs an early choice between, like malice and, like, the more peaceful elements. Because we have plenty of boys that are a little lighter of spirit, like Opportunist, or... There were... Maybe Skeptical is who I'm thinking of. Contrarian, too. He was funny. Like, there's some that might be an open hand kind of vibe. Now she's upsetty spaghetti, where before she was like a romance option, kind of, you know, this isn't you.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way
What are we
before
getting
you can
now?
connect.
Is that skeptical? What are we gonna get? I'm excited. This
Stop
could be
it.
okay.
Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Listen, dude, I literally have to resist you.
The blade. Move the blade.
No, I don't want to. Sorry.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Who are you? What? Who are you? What's going on? Now I'm happy. This is
I'll
interesting.
make this quick.
This is not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
She steps forward and
Are you good at
pries the
stabbing
blade
this
from your
time?
rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Guaranteed.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Upgrade! This is better than the divorce run.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Yep, and it's your fault, kinda.
This is the end, isn't it?
What are we gonna get?
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Listen, this is not what I meant to do, and thrilled. The prisoner. Kind of where
You're
we were.
on a path in the woods,
Sure.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her.
Okay. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I like that. I kind of want to say that. I want to just assault him and have him be really confused about it.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time. Right?
Yes!
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth.
Oh, I feel so
Got to be
good
a way
about
out of
that.
here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
I'm so pleased, guys. I thought I failed but found something okay, but like low-key, the fact that I succeeded makes me feel just so happy. Who knows if it'll continue, but for now, hello, Skeptic. I want to spend more time with you. We've only seen you once.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
I mean, yeah, but you also made us get stabbed, so... yeah, why
Those are
should I
two
trust
very
you?
different questions,
I'm
but
meaning
fine.
skepticism,
I'll
so-
indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second
Sure.
you died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Actually, it happened because we were forced by you to do things.
The absolute irony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a
Rude.
good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Okay, I need to know examples of things that are so mean that you would make us get dead. I love that for you. He's like, I'm a professional, but I'm also very petty. What did you say about me?
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? What do you mean?
Iconic.
Yes, but in this, if it's the latter, what do you think the people there lived?
Sure.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin.
Yes!
For we know the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Yes, Skeptic. Exactly. Conveniently ambiguous, right? I love him. I love him a lot, dude. He's my, like, little detective boy. Let's go.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
What a good person to be bloodhounding the narrator until we learn about the narrator. Let's talk,
Just
dude.
be quick about it.
I'm skeptical. I need to ask questions. The only reason she's able to kill me was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How's she supposed to end the world? She was clinical, though. I mean, you know.
She just can. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
What? What is this? What is this? I will do it. I will do it. Will I do it? Dude, imagine if I just fucking skip these. I gotta keep reading stuff. I feel like there's a learning curve to this game where it's like, you know, read everything very carefully, figure it out, and then you're like, oh, I don't have to figure it out. Main whatever threads you see, and then it's like, okay, now I gotta read things carefully again. Okay.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
If it says "because I said so," I think I will sell him my soul.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Uh-huh. That looks like my handwriting.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
If I lend any credence to this, and why would I? But if I did, we still end up in a cosmic pivot point between the narrator and the MegaChick. So, any truth that we transcribed pertaining to the cosmic duel could be helpful. But of course he's just playing us for a sap. Of course it's got the skeptical, like, you know, this is like aliens and or the, you know, conspiracy board wall. Like, we're gonna need random shit to hold on to, and he knows that. So we're gonna see its appearance in the world. You know, it's probably confined to the run that we're doing right now, but it does make me curious.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep asking questions just because it's already doing interesting things.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Another interesting thing is, like, who did lock her in? Like, that's probably not the thread we're following, but everyone keeps talking about the mysterious people that locked her in. She even said, like, they locked you in here too. Like, who did it? It's because no one's saying it's the narrator who did it. Maybe he cosmically locked MegaChick, but as far as who locked the princess in the actual basement, I don't know. I mean, why couldn't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Right, okay.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special.
I adore him.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
This is such our generation. And by that I mean anyone who's alive right now. I'm also annoyed,
I've told you
generally
everything
speaking.
you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate. Not to sound like a broken record.
Sure. Okay,
Great.
fine.
Now, if you don't mind,
Proceed to the cabin, because if I turn around and leave, things get fucky.
a warning. Before you go in, she will lie.
She's gonna lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Living for him. He and Paranoia. Yes, they win. He can't surpass Paranoia because he hasn't gotten a shot yet. But I am in the honeymoon phase with Skeptic.
No,
dude.
I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I will not ignore this clown.
The interior of the cabin is
Okay.
less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, well, I am gonna take that. But, I mean, I gotta ask.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Hell yeah. Even the voice he's putting on, it seems like he went a little detective on purpose. Maybe that's just me absolutely projecting. It tracks, but still. I mean, why would you lie about that?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless?
Okay, I thought maybe Skeptic would drive that one home, but you know what? Approach the mirror. Actually, I'll do the last time theory, and then I'll approach the mirror.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up.
Okay, well, we're approaching the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't fun.
Okay.
You reach forward and rub your hand against it. Was there a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled.
Also
Maybe
the
it'll
music.
Be back.
I just noticed the piano and then the little, like, snaps, the little stings in there. That's satisfying. Okay, well, okay, here's the thing. I think we take the blade because consistency has been very supportive in these early stages. In the end, it seems like everything falls to shit. But there's nothing skeptical about entering point blank, and worst case we went like paranoia again, or cold maybe, so. Yeah, also, it occurs to me a lot of our blade options are blocked off, so if anything's gonna keep us on track, it's probably that.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess.
Sure.
A good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
I figured. I like when they affirm me, and I get to affirm them affirming me.
The door to the basement creaks
It's
open,
fine.
revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
It could be worse.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
She must.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Damn, son.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
I am so satisfied already. This is so interesting. It's so it's first of all interesting that I didn't find Skeptic before, but I guess I just never brought the knife and tried to talk to her at the same time. That's like the hardline, even-handed, like, conversational, like, bent we meant to find. But we just, I don't know how I missed it, honestly. That is perfect. But then, yeah, the vibes are still right? Like, it feels like I'm interviewing a suspect in a way. Which is still kind of what, like, the intention of this was, you know, barring that I couldn't find paranoia again. This is pretty nice.
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
That's so true for both perspectives, because it's pretty brutal.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Was it?
It was.
I'll just trust you guys then.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
That's not gonna happen, because I am just a smooth guy. Just a curious man. I mean... I'm not gonna leave her here. I'll sit with her then.
You
That
step
works for
towards the
me.
princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Sure.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop. One Birdman. Whatever you need. Oh, dang! Oh, dang. My brain took a full freeze frame. Because if you sit closer, you wanna, in like it, and I'm not talking reality, I'm gonna be talking detective tropes because I want to. You wanna sit a little too close to the suspect to put them off their game. Right? You never wanna, I mean, I guess it depends. If you're good cop, maybe you respect their boundaries. But if you're a detective, adversarial, you know, getting up in your personal space, you might sit closer. I don't know. Last time we chose to help her, though, so we're not decidedly against her either. And I don't want to get shackled up. So I think I will sit where she told us to sit. In line with how we behaved to get this far, because consistency has helped.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Also because the narrator we can't trust, right? He could make us stab her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
This girl, I wish I knew. I mean, I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? I am curious about this. Yeah, because they both pointed it out. I'm just gonna leave. Nah, fuck that. Who's that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sitting close to you.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
An interesting proposition, though, if we're going to stop you from stabbing her. Oh, it's too soon. I don't want to lose it. I mean, explore doesn't tend to advance the plot, but sometimes it do, though. The rules are inconsistent, which is fine, because that's how you get a branching story. I mean, I guess I do want to... I'm curious about the intentions. I hope this doesn't go away.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Some of them I'm like listening the whole time to the narrator, and some of them I'm like, all right, pal, you just go relax.
Unless she really could survive.
Is there a headless princess out there, dude?
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Okay, am I the only one that remembers the before times?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
I mean, maybe we don't want him to know.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Yeah.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Contingency? By design and by whose?
A contingency for what?
Hell yeah.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
I'll take the luck, but I might not take it where you want.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles. I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
He's consistently uncomfortable with that.
That's pathetic.
Alright, calm down. Let him have his feelings. That's... you... chill out.
I never said I wasn't.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa. That opens up so much. Another thing we've learned about him, of course, watch me be sentimental as fuck, but whatever. He was lonely without us a little. He said he wasn't gonna be, and Hero said he would, so maybe Hero's projecting, but like, I felt like he was. Little lonely without us, shows some empathy, doesn't want us to die. You know, doesn't always make the right call, gets emotional and sentimental about random things. What a weird guy.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
You don't know how many times we messed it up. We are torturing this guy.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
That's so sketchy.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Fascists be like? Well, I need you to have what is not the truth and to act on it. Oh.
I won't.
I won't either.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Shout out to her, like, letting us just kind of sit here and, like, make faces at ourselves. That's respectful. I mean, what happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
I kind of buy that.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Man, okay. I don't want to ask these just yet, so I will inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Okay.
And why is that?
Fucking Humperdinck ass. Is that Humperdinck? No, it's not, right? It's his little henchy. Anyway, that's not important.
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I kinda do. Is that unhinged? I mean, it is.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will.
Probably, dude. A lot of those things auto-lock because you're restraining people who are probably not happy about it. So, you know, skeptic, I would consider that.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
I kind of agree.
But what if he's telling the truth?
Well, remaining skepticism.
He isn't.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh. Yeah, right? We've rarely run into trouble mating somebody. The only time things get dicey is when we go off the rails. I don't even know how last time worked out, but it did. Let's go inspect the shackle. Because otherwise we're just helping her. Maybe cutting her head off? That's just, there's a lot of knife stuff going on. I'm just gonna inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Are we just gonna do it like a dummy?
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Also, the music stopped.
Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Well...
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
That's chill.
Excuse me? Yes?
He sounds so tired.
Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Wow. That's... great.
Oh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
That is funny. I don't hate that.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Please let this lead to an option 3. Because I was too skeptical to just progress the normal plot. I wasn't focused on saving her, I was focused on figuring shit out. So that should still be right.
That's horrible.
That's horrible.
It's not all
Not the
bad.
first time.
We learned a valuable piece of information.
Right? Thank you.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
You're sounding like my boy. I mean, is it? Why would it be? What do you mean? I mean, it's got the magnetisms, but that's not what we're looking for. I mean, I don't know what we're looking for at this point. What does he mean? Curiosity killed the cat? But he's the skeptic, not the curious. I mean, so we're both stuck here. Did you know this was gonna happen to me?
No.
So we're both stuck?
Yep.
Great. Not one for small talk?
Nope.
Sick. Me neither. Let's talk about the cosmic realities of the universe. Why are we here, you know? What's the point of it? What voices do you hear? Me trying to make friends.
That's rude.
I know you're not talking about me, so it's fine. But you could be. What do we do? Okay, well,
You
I'm
and
just
the
gonna start
princess
with that.
wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
I mean, I followed you here.
But there isn't. Time passes.
This isn't
It
necessarily bad.
passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
You're telling me we couldn't get it? I could get that with my foot. From this angle right here with a chain around my neck or my wrists, I could get it with my foot. I'm flexible.
At least the world is safe.
Birdman's not, I guess. He's a birdman.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
I'm too far from her? I could hit her with my foot. That would be significantly less helpful.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah, she's fine.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
Why?
How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Oh my.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Do you think Skeptic manifests? Like, because he believes things are happening or important, they become important? Because that is the nature of investigating shit. You stumble into stuff you didn't expect, and you're like, well, now this is a story, so I'm gonna keep investigating. Like, you know, is he just a bloodhound on the wrong scent? Have you noticed the basement changing? I think I will, because we got this far by exploring. I want to keep at it.
I don't like small talk, remember?
That's not small talk?
Still rude.
Alright. Oh, shit.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What? She hasn't starved.
Oops. That's fine.
I guess she hasn't. Even more silent
Wow.
time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly, there are no walls.
And then?
And I think he's gone.
Anytime that happens. Oh, you see it? I see it.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Interesting. It wasn't an Act 3 final form, but it was very interesting. I wonder if trying to cut her out puts us at war with the narrator, and that would be the Act 3 of this run. But I don't hate, like, peaceful indifference for our MegaChick because she could use that.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Sorry, girl. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Man, I'm gonna follow my you always get scared path because I just can't.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're
They
right.
gotta sue them.
Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I love Skeptic. That might be, I don't know. When we do our next thing, we might try this again in main and see if we can get farther with Skeptic. But also there's Paranoia. Oh, this is such a good game. Everyone's so cool and interesting except Smitten, who I hate. But his run was very interesting, I will say. That might even be my favorite so far, so... I'll see you on the other side, okay? I will.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Big hugs for you, my guy.
Feels too good to be true.
I'll see you too. Coming back for you, Skeptic. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror, as always, makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. And my hand just changed. Raven bird? You can't be... Oh, that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in the shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Hi! What? No, I don't, actually. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. What the hell? Ooh, I did not like when everything started blinking at me. Oh my, he's the concept of a raven mixed with a goddamn motherfucking badger mole. Okay. Boy. I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Oh no. Is it true that the more that I ask him, the more he's gonna fall apart? Which is already so poignant for the idea of a narrator in general, like, they're here to tell a story, but if you start poking holes in that story, then the story isn't good anymore and it fractures. Is that what's happening? You wanted me to slay the princess? Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? I wasn't supposed to see this. What is this place? Oh my god. I guess I do want to say, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt you. Will it help if I, like, is there some way I can help you? Because probably the answer is no. But at least I convey, like, hey man, I'm not out here to hurt you.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Oh, shit. I mean, are you in pain?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
That's good. Oh man, I hope I get to ask all the questions. Oh god. Have you been the same you all along? I am curious about his continuity.
I haven't. and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh, man. Oh, this is so challenging for my constitution. I want to know about the voices, too. The people out there beyond the walls, do they know about this? What is my true identity? How many times have I met you? Oh, yeah. Like, why deny the looping? God. What are you? Do you think anyone deserves to live? I wonder what he's talking about. People or, like, the voices? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know because I want a more compassionate, honest conversation than a lot of these are. He'll call it not hubris. If you're not me, then what are you? I mean, these are very similar. I will try that.
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Huh. Yeah? Like somebody wrote the story and you have to conduct it? Okay. In one of my lives you doubted yourself, you thought all of this was wrong. Which one? Wait. Table that. Just answer the question.
Did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Oh no. Is there some kind of mega weird ending where I can, like, Sherlock a consciousness into you? Oh god, I hate my brain. Some people just play a game and they're like, wow, that was cool. And I'm like, nah, dude, what about the code? What about what's deep in there? Boy. I mean, God, why do you want me to slay the princess?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
You want me to slay the MegaChick, dude? She's too awesome. I don't stand a chance. And she's empathetic. We can talk about it. Oh my god. Oh, we don't have many questions left. Why would you want to rid the world of death? I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even. Because the story ends when we make peace with her. It's not dissimilar from the divorce run. Did you make her? I don't think he made her. Okay. You said she contains death. What is she? Okay. I mean, I am curious what she is.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Okay, I speak it, but maybe not that level of it. What? I don't even know what that means. That answered very little, actually. Dang. Oh god, there's so many questions. What is my true identity? I'm so curious about that. I guess we'll have to do that one.
You're the long quiet,
I
the god
am.
I made to rid the world of death.
That's sick. If only that were my title. That's awesome. Okay. You made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. He is cosmically indifferent, I believe. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death, or even different from death at all? Honestly, that feels worse. Yeah.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either.
This is somehow beyond me. I don't like that, because we've done a lot of investigating.
Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
So I think it's just the story trying to, like, claw machine us into it by rejecting our capacity to, like, find closure. Like, because it would be narratively unsatisfying to kill her, that's what we must do to keep playing the game, which then keeps him in his position, keeps me separate from her. Right. The death of the game is reconciliation with this thing we made in playing it. You're delusional. It would be nice to call him delusional after all he's done. Oh, and every time new questions shuffle in. Okay, all these things are the same. I don't really care about the people outside. Maybe I do. I mean, it's not an insignificant question. An abstract concept can't be destroyed. Yeah. We just stay here forever. That's what he wants, kind of. All things why a princess. Ah, I'm so curious about that, too. How did you die? The fuck? Are you a god, or were you a god? Oh my god. So what the game's telling me is that I do have to kind of keep playing low-key if I want to answer all these questions. What a shame. Not actually. Actually, it makes perfect sense. But still. Jesus. Can I just turn her into something small? Why couldn't you have told me this? I always knew I was special. I don't want to be a god. Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us? What it'd be like without her? Okay. You're delusional. I don't know, man. Where's the... There was one about... How did you die? What the fuck?
I killed myself. It had to
Sir?
be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
What? What? And also he's fragmented. Don't even get me started. It's his voice that's my voices. That's me. That's we. Dude. I need to play a game. Death of the author, run out of questions? Oh, right. I'm not gonna slay her. Rest easy, I'm gonna destroy her. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is, I don't even, maybe I'm crazy, y'all, but I'm not at all picking up what he's putting down. Like, because even, as I did ask, wildly out of order. I corded multiple boxes of questions that maybe if I'd have followed one track, I might have gotten more continuity out of that. But he's a god type thing. No. Somebody else created the world. He was the narrator. That in and of itself translates to the god of the world insofar as he's the reliable or unreliable perceiver of events who details them. And he am I still right about the story, like the narrative dies? Ugh, this gonna chew me up and spit me out. But as far as like, okay, damn, I don't want to destroy her, dude. We worked on her and she's been fine. I don't know why we would do that to her. It never felt right. It still doesn't feel right. He's giving us all the answers and they're still too vague. That could be on me, but I don't want to be mean to him. I don't have a reason to hate him either. We need more. He thinks he's in some kind of cosmic duel with whatever the fuck. That's on him, but like that doesn't mean I have to be mean. I don't want to smack him with the cold hard indifference that I started this game on, as narratively balanced as that is. My impulse is to lie, but he's also known every time. So if we lie to him and his last words are like, I know that you're lying to me. Like, that sucks. But I'm not going to tell the truth about it because I'm not going to do it. Maybe I will lie to him. Because I lie to Hero every time about the mirror, too. I don't want them feeling disquiet. Like, if it's beyond their understanding. Which is like the narrator, too, in a way. That makes me him, but I can live with that.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up.
You have. You've said so much, not enough.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Buddy. Ugh. I am so confused. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with a newfound clarity. The narrator's he was white, dude. Wow, shock. Apparently, the narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Patient heart. Bring the prisoner to her? Oh, you're right. Sure. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. That's good. That's good. So, maybe we are gonna slay the MegaChick. But she's fine. She's good. This is good.
I can finally see you.
This
And you can finally see me.
has a weird vibe to it. It's giving. This is fun. I'm just gonna look up here, thereabouts.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What? Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
How is it that we're still in the same position we've been in the entire time? I know nothing. I'm the long quiet, but the fuck?
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Not unreasonable. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Can't tell if that's just what she says anyway, or if that's a really poignant roast of me based on everything I've picked. I was certainly passive in the last run. Was I passive in... Not stubborn. I mained stubborn, he wasn't passive. Maybe it's just the thing she says. Like, that must just be how it is. It just so happens to be a really fair insult of me.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So, forgive me if you guys are ahead of me. I am, like, so stimulated. But, so she's a goddess of potential, and she was fragmented and trapped by something that spawned the narrator, who was an echo of that something, right? He was like the narrative construct designed to create this circumstance. Because if potential is gone, then there is no death, because there's no randomness to the universe. Things are all stagnant and consistent. Maybe? Which means the narrator wasn't fully a person, but that doesn't mean the voices weren't, though. I can't quite give up on, like, the people that we met, or the energies that we bumped into. And those weren't even her. Exactly. Ah. Oh man, there's so many stories we've left unfinished. Don't you have a say in all of this? I still have many questions. I do. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? I am a little curious about that. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll ask that if the roads matter, because that's totally a gamer question, so that probably won't lead us anywhere new.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
I mean... What? No, that's gaslighting. Logic gets everything, dude.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you,
No.
then so be it.
That's not what I... The hell?
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Are we gonna walk through every appeal? Okay, shit. Address. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I go flatline trying to read all. Okay, address the vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and change and stagnation, but that's what this has been all about. You've done nothing but lecture me. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. I won't engage with an argument that favors death and suffering. This is weird because it seems like she's saying because of her, like, guiding the story with potential, we were able to get out of this circumstance. Why do I feel like I'm in a boss fight again? I want to talk to her then. Oh my god. Isn't that what this has been about? Is a weird one, because that's, like... That's weird. That's like AI trying to figure out what she just said. We're talking about some themes. Wow, aren't they about that? Yeah. I do like the independence, but then... Let's explore, though. No... No, because the thing is, I don't like they'll get over it. Nobody's gonna like stagnation. I don't know exactly who we're talking about. Nobody's gonna like it. Torture. Who knows? It would be torture. So, argue your independence. I guess I'll do that. I exist, dog.
Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
That's not true.
Is a person? Is it their body?
This is sick.
Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
Well, no. I mean, okay, kind of, right? In that, if you believe in a soul, that's literally true. But even then, your ability to engage with the world does end when your body does. So, I don't understand why you're trying to downplay death. I love this. Okay. We'll look at this because we can look at this without doing anything. I'm not my body, but I feel it suffer. Perhaps others are theirs is weird. I don't like that. I don't fear death anymore. What am I if not a body? No. Throughout life and death and change. Okay, right. Continue to argue your independence. What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we spent? If not me existing as myself. I won't engage with violence. I kind of want to keep going with independence. Even though I'm not sure what the premise is. Like, the underlying she's, again, saying potential and death should exist. And I'm saying I exist without those things. Which I don't actually that's an unsound premise, too. Nurture versus nature. But, this just feels the best.
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
Man, these next two are just brutality.
You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
I mean, yeah. Again, what are you arguing now then? You're... what? What? It was meaningless. It was unnecessary. We didn't have to do that. I mean, I do think it was meaningless or unnecessary. That's not... that ain't me, dog. I don't... like, I was letting a voice win, but, like... yeah, that's not a way that I'd want to exist forever. So in that sense, like, some kind of change would have been good. Continue to argue your independence. I wouldn't be here if destroying you would leave all reality a colorless blur. This is so... I love a debate for the ending, but it is unfortunate that we don't have all the information that we need to, like... because she's speaking in riddles, that's fine. So did the narrator, that's fine. So am I, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we're all just crazy people babbling at each other. Like, the premise is unsound, and this... like... it feels like a bad fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, you didn't do the dishes. Well, yeah, but last year you forgot my birthday. Like, what? Like, we're not... who wants what? Like, what's gonna fix this? I don't know. I wouldn't... I think I might stay on my track. I think I'll stay on my track, but I'll admit that I am lost.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds.
I was so pro you until whatever this is. Also, you just called him a soul.
This torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
That argument validates reincarnation only. I'm so sorry, but like if death and chaos is what you're arguing for, the only way that I become actualized through death and chaos is reincarnation. Where's that coming from? Who's proven that one? I'm down for it. I like it. I maybe believe it a little bit because I cry when someone plays a violin, and I don't know why. Did I love a violin player in a past life? This is all it takes. Neither here nor there. You know, like what's going on? Continue independence. I'd rather trust an ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a god who let the wheel of suffering turn forever. It is so weird because I guess I even agree with her. Like, this makes more sense. She's saying the narrator's a fool for trying to stop me. It's like we're using a lot of words to say some actually somewhat simple things. I did rise far above you, and I'm far above you still. I will destroy you now, as I destroyed you then. What the fuck is that shit? I didn't even see that. It's red, though. That's giving evil. That's giving I'm the problem, it's me. What else could I say? If you hadn't snatched the body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. I mean, I guess, are these me connecting with her, too? Are these, like, validating and honoring what we did to come to the conclusion she wants us to come to? I guess I'm still maining. I'm still trying to pick a lane. But this shouldn't be the one that wins me over, though. Because it's really not. This is useless. The struggle gave meaning. That's not true either. With the knife run, I mean, these aren't very persuasive. We were self-destructive. I mean, I do feel that. I don't know, though. I don't like either of these arguments that are kind of pro-her, and I like human nature. I accept that it's self-destructive. I think that that's a worthy sacrifice. So this is more my argument, but it's not right. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Can you see my neurodivergent brain actually fragmenting? Okay. I'd rather trust an ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a god. I mean, ignorance is not itself, though, a virtue. Even naivete might be misplaced in a way that hurts people or creates a negative outcome, no matter how well-intentioned. Shit, I gotta pick a lane.
Intent is nothing. Wisdom is everything.
Oh, God.
I turn the wheel because suffering is a falsehood, a delusion. It is up to the world to free itself of it.
That's what we're trying to do.
Would you plunge yourself into a cold and empty eternity on faith alone? Would you destroy the only other thing like you to save a world you've never seen? A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale?
Dude, why does she look... Why do I look... Is that me? What the hell?
You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
Okay. She's the one that would persuade me, honestly. Because that's a good example of, like, the fact that things are ending and changing doesn't mean that they're over. It doesn't mean that love can't exist or meaning can't exist. In fact, it can create meaning. I find that persuasive. Let's see. Where am I? I'm giving up on these. I either am maining what I've been maining. Who said anything about destroying you? I just need to make you stop. I mean, okay. Address the vessel statement directly. I was so glad to dance with you. That was a mockery of the life we shared. What we shared was agony, but that doesn't have to be like that. You can find a way to make things better. I never want to hold the world still. But is suffering the only alternative? I mean, yeah, is suffering the only alternative? I don't even want to end suffering, though. I mean... Okay, damn it. Here I go. Side tangent. As an avid Star Trek watcher, I feel like there are so many examples narratively of, like, suffering being growth, being a necessity for people to expand, explore, you know, become philosophically, religiously, or existentially rich, you know, like, it's our nature as humans to suffer a little bit, which is not, I'm not religious, so I'm not into, you know, the suffering makes me strong, or it's cosmically designed. I hate that shit. Not religion per se, but just like any belief system where punishment is necessary, which is what I'm advocating for, ironically. But it's not so much that the suffering is necessary, or that the suffering's the point, or that we must suffer, that we should suffer. It's just a thing that happens, and it would happen in a vacuum too, because even stagnation is a form of suffering. That's what this like lesson of this one vessel taught us, right? So is suffering the only alternative? Like, if you keep the world spinning without suffering, what are we? Everything's fine all the time, and there's no problems to solve, and there's no, like, reason for things? That's just stagnation of a different kind. That's stagnation, but you're moving. I might do this. 'Cause I was glad to dance with you.
And dance with me again. And you'll never have to stop.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Like the Reapers? Are you the Reapers? Am I out here dancing under the stars with the Reapers? Okay. I mean, it's easy, yeah, it's easy to believe in the things you believe when you sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
I'm so torn. I can't let everything die. I was told there was enough of you and me to preserve meaning and existence. I'm gonna trust that's true. I have to fight for a better world. Your cruelty itself. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Canonic type call. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you? That's really interesting. That's theoretically been the point, is that we have an impact on her. Not that the MegaChick did much. She used that to manipulate me, but not to be introspective. Man, it's between that or, like, this, which I didn't quite get from what he said, but then I become the benevolent god thing? Fucking... what the hell is going on? I mean, maybe I can change you?
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
It's perspective, because there's always a bigger fish,
Whatever
though.
you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
My boy! Oh my god! Ah! You should have been here. You're the only guy that makes sense. Oh my god, I need you so much. Oh my god. Which hero are you? Question mark. I mean, that's explore. Oh, you have no idea how good it is to hear you. Where's everyone else? I thought they weren't allowed. I thought you died. That sucks. Oh, I think he's just the hero. I think he's kind of always been here. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Oh my god. What am I doing? Well, like, what did I even decide to do? I'm ready, dude. Imagine being a fucking jackass to Hero right now. No, I'm ready. You're my boy, dog. You're my real boy. I'm sorry about that I like other yous equal to or greater than.
Let's go.
But you're pretty great too. Concept art.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you need me to describe things?
Oh, do I? I feel like maybe for old time's sake, yeah. Did anyone else make it? Boy, did anyone else make
It's
it?
just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
So they exist. Oh, speaking of, goddamn. Shout out to the... I can't call it what I want to call it, but you know. Is he really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Ah, poor bloke. The offer still stands. Could you describe the cabin for me? I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. That's kind of true. Yeah, I'm sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Yeah, dude. For old time's sake, can you describe the cabin?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, bud.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
How can I feel like this guy's my actual best friend for reals?
There's no mirror, either. I think
Effective.
you broke it.
I think so, yeah.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm full trust on Hero. Except I suck. I think we are gonna need the blade because it's our implement and it's part of the narrative, and I think we do need it. I mean, we haven't quite learned anything that's gonna help us decide, because I pitched the theory about, like, maybe there's the hands open versus, like, the jaded perspective between the blade and just going in. And the hands open is what we would need to change her mind. But that's only a theory. I don't have anything to back that up. And this boy we trust, and the game's trying to give me a lifeline of, like, I know you're confused, I know you're shook, I know you want some satisfaction. Here's your boy back. So I'm gonna do what he says. Because if I don't take it, he's gonna be like, okay then. I'm gonna take it.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Yeah, that's true too. Except for the narrator was the problem there.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me?
Dude, I don't know.
What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
Yes. You son of a bitch, I'm in. Sit with her. I mean, God. I mean, God. I don't want to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are. I guess I'll start with something that is less likely to lead us to trouble.
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
I don't want to be a god.
I don't think I want that either.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to hurt anyone. Is there a way out of this?
I don't think there's a way out, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting do anything to help them, the people out there? Yeah, I mean, if your existence creates suffering, then you must die. Right? It doesn't, whether she's MegaChick or this chick, it doesn't matter. She's still a problem by her nature. I see now. Causality doesn't matter. It is her nature.
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. How do we know we haven't done this before? Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
I mean, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
How do you know things won't get even worse? What if I make my way back here, I'm different, and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
How do you know that? We'd have to decide what to do every single time forever. Eventually something will be different.
I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you. And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay.
That I don't know. I'm so lost, but like my heart says that's not very divorce ending of her, because like that is stagnation. This is like the final pitch, right? Because it would be unsatisfying for things to never change, and that's why we need her, even if that brings about death and destruction and whatever the fuck else. I think. God. This isn't... I mean, okay. We're just gonna be back here eventually.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
I don't want to forget.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else.
I mean, the way you just put that makes it kind of clear that everyone else is, you know, on the line. I mean, this isn't fair. I don't want to be alone again.
But you won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
That can't happen, dude. That's just a cycle. Is it too late to not be gods?
It feels like it is. You wouldn't have come here if you were just going to go back.
I mean, the game says this is a love story, but I'm not even on that page, bro. Like, maybe that's what they're trying to do now. It feels like the choice is stagnation or chaos. Except, what she proposes is stagnation to preserve her existence as chaos. Again, I'm so confused about the stakes here. I don't even know if everybody else is real. I mean, is there a big brain, like, sense maker that I just either stumbled right over and or haven't discovered yet? I don't know. I can't see my way to trapping us both in this narrative forever. I don't think that was the point. It's a paradox. No? Damn it. Like, if you kill death because you're tired of stagnation, then you've created stagnation, and I can't handle it. I think I'm gonna kill her. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Hero provided me this opportunity. He guided me towards the knife. I do trust that. And something's gotta give when an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable heart like mine. So you know what? Here we go.
I'm sorry, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world would be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it.
That too. Mr. Man said there was some of you and me somehow. So, like, you know.
I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
Did I create the narrator to lock us both in forever? Was the first ending we got a little nod to what had to happen? Is this the inevitable moment where it falls apart so the world can go on? You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left is her small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing either.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Brother, thank God you're here. No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Going where, dude? What we're gonna do? Fucking leave? The world's gonna end or something. You leave the basement behind. Okay, I thought the door might be locked. And then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Yeah. The path and the woods outside are empty, an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, the world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning the cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. I don't know. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. He's okay, he's bad. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new reality, one forged by your will and by the long, arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more blood in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
My boys! Listen, if I somehow, like, candidly, like, himboed my way into, like, whatever the hell that is instead of planet Earth, but I have all my boys, I'm still pretty alright.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
Sure.
We really did win, didn't we?
Did we?
We're the house now. We get to make the rules.
We're not a good collection of people.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
I think I missed a whole swath of boys with my first mistake, because we didn't run into hunted even once. Did we? Except for the time was not spent with Stubborn.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
Yeah, dude, who would have thought? Still baffled.
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. That wasn't very hard at all.
That concerns me.
Speak for yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
I don't know how but we're gonna do it again, it's fine.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
That's good. You're the one I hated. And also, sorry, that does suck, and we'll get you some hugs.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Yeah.
Here, here, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
With this many voices, surely. I could be entertained for many years. Maybe not all the years, but many.
Yeah. We can do that.
New unending dawn, slay the princess. Did the world end? What happened? Also, shout out to these voice actors. They literally killed it. That was phenomenal all along. I'm not even convinced they weren't singing in some of those background music moments. He sings the same song she does too. The hell? Did I do good? So upset that I have no idea what that ending meant. I mean, I don't even, because the narrator was never precisely mean to us. They kind of made it sound like he put us through things, but she put us through things too. I like the storm sounds. Maybe it would be beautiful if she was here and we'd have chaos and hit and shuffle. Maybe that path that I took with Hero was like where the mistake started as far as creating a hellscape where it's just me and the boys. But then again, if you told me, what ending are you gonna get? There's one where the princess makes the regular world, and there's one where it's a hellscape with you and the boys. I probably would have picked that. Man. Shout out to all these Patreon people. They did good. Wow. Dude, Markiplier? Gab Smolders? That's as far as I got. Finish our game. The good ending doesn't count. The good ending doesn't count? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, thanks so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can. Oh! Like, it'll take the run that I played and the background music that plays in that run, and I can listen to it, and it's like, that's my story. Huh. And maybe I didn't get that far. I don't... God, of course I will have to look it up. I'll look it up, but I won't, like, read anything that anyone says. That's how I think I'm gonna do this. So I'll find the tree, I'll find the paths, and I'll figure it out. I'll probably get some context on that fucking ending as well. And then we'll come back and we'll see, you know, we'll do our roads not taken. We'll see what we can see. I think that's my plan. But, okay. On... oh, God. On premise... If I was just calling it here, and I'm not, and I'll have more to say later. But on premise, this was an excellent game. I loved, like, pretty much every moment of it. I loved all the paths we got. I think that my impression is that getting, like, to a part 3 is like finding the better, good, spicy stories that you actually want to find, and then getting, like, to a part 1 or 2 and making that an ending is slightly less satisfying. So I think, as far as I consider, we did like 4 good endings, or 4 solid runs, and then 1, like, okay run. I don't know if you can do a bunch of solid runs. I don't know if that gets cut off eventually, and you just kind of have to get an unsatisfying, like, mini run. Not that I didn't like that story, I did, but I just felt like there would be more. So that was interesting. And yeah, the ending was fucking wild. But I like that the boys were there. I won't even pass judgment, because until we make it make sense, I'm not gonna fault the game. I'm sure that I can't figure out everything on a first pass every time, especially not something that's such a creative masterpiece. Like, the thought that went into this, I very much am inclined to give it the benefit of the doubt and say, like, even if I don't quite get it, if I got really lost to the sauce at the end there, I don't think that that's their fault. That's likely my fault. And if it's not my fault, then hats off to you anyway, because I think philosophy be like that. And sometimes it's more about, like, throwing all the questions out there and just seeing what happens. And that's what the game was kind of about. So, you know, like, if the spade is a spade, and I call it that, no one was lied to. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a pretty good way to wrap up this game. Obviously, we'll come back. But, you know, this was solid. I'm gonna keep clicking in case there's any more things to see. Oh yeah, now that you finished the full story the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. Okay, under the Memories tab, it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered interactions. Happy hunting. That's good. Oh god. Subreddit. Make your playlist. Play our other games. I like that they're doing this. Return to main menu. Okay, sick. Reset gallery? Okay, I'll mess with that later then. Because I can. But yeah, this is the official-ish end to the game, even though we'll come back. So, yeah. I am curious to know what you guys thought. I'd like to know if the ending was, like, glaringly obvious to you and I'm ridiculous, or if you were also like, what the fuck fever dream ass shit is this? Because that got really challenging at the end to figure out. Tell me your favorite boy, if you won. I don't know. These are never calls to action for engagement on the channel. By the way, it's a hobby channel still. But I just genuinely want to know, because there were times in there that I was like, damn, I really wish I had people just telling me stuff, like giving me more to work with. So, yeah. You can be that person if you're so inclined. If not, that's chill. Self-care, drink water. Look at her go. Horrifying. Ugh, I'm so elated and confused. But I had a great time. So, yes, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next game on this wonderful little adventure of ours.